And now, broadcasting live from the Darkroom Studio at Craven Community College, it's In the Know.
Good morning, everybody. Hello. Thank you for being with us. We are In the Know. We are at the New Bern campus at our Darkroom Studio, and I have a special co-host with me today, Christina Bowman.
Good morning.
So Craig is gone for the day, and Craig would be I don't know if he would be surprised or proud to know that not only was I early, so the reason why we started a little bit late was not because I was late. Right. It was because we had a fire drill, so we're all safe and sound and all's good. So Christina, thank you for stepping in and helping us out.
I know I'm no replacement for Craig, but thank you for having me.
We talked about you getting a big giant water bottle with covered in stickers.
I forgot. I know my children have some laying around.
I'm sure there's plenty.
Yes, there is.
Yes, we can't recreate that one.
No,
though.
I
So
can't.
we're hoping he's enjoying his time away and look forward to having him back next Thursday. So we are also here with an extra special guest. We are here with Seymour down at the end of the table. So Cy, thank you for being with us today. And Cy is here as part of the Bait Foundation. He's the Craven Community College Annual Campaign Chair, and he is also the foundation president. So we are so glad that he is here with us. We're going to discuss a little bit more about why you are here as we move forward, because I know that we're going to bring a ray of hope and sunshine to everybody today.
Yes, yeah.
So thanks again. So guess what? Today is National School Picture Day.
Oh.
Yes.
Yes.
So when I sent this slide to Zanetta, Zanetta, I forgot to say hi. Good morning.
Morning.
Sorry about that. She keeps us straight. No, I'm not straight right now, but right now we're good with Zanetta. Thank you, honey. So today's National School Picture Day, and she messaged me back and she said both of her kids are getting pictures taken this week alone.
That's
So it
ironic.
falls just right in line for when
That's
school
awesome.
started. And I think she has a couple pictures for us to view. Some of ours. Oh,
Look at you.
there's me.
Look at you. Look at
So-
that 70s shirt.
Isn't that awesome?
I mean,
it's
it is
actually
awesome.
a dress.
Oh.
And that first picture, I actually did my own hair. I curled it myself with the little pink rollers that you slept in.
Is that your senior picture?
And that's my senior high school picture. Yes.
Look at you.
Last night I sent a picture to Zanetta. I found my kindergarten picture, and I had kind of like the first one with the wagon wheel, which of course when Craig saw it the first time, he made fun of me because I'm holding a wagon wheel. Like, where are you going?
Yeah.
And it had fuzzy strawberries on it.
Oh, wow.
My kindergarten picture
All right.
did.
All right.
So, and I think we've got another one.
Bless.
There she is.
Wow. So this is a hilarious story. That's why I had to shout out to my mom for finding those for me. So the picture of me in red, I think it was like first or second grade. The day before picture day, I got my mom's curling iron stuck in my head.
Is that why you have the side ponytail?
Yeah. So it was this short and then I went played it off like I didn't do anything. And I was like, what? Nothing happened. I cut my hair and I had to wear a side ponytail for like at least a year and a half. So, yeah, I rocked it for a year and a half. But it was like early 90s, so I went with it.
I had the funky second grade teeth, too.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah,
I
but
was
then we
looking
grew
at that.
into
I was
them.
like, oh.
And Cy was gracious enough to share his high school yearbook with us. So I'm going to do a little, drop my stuff, do a little close-up of this handsome fella right here. Whoop, there we go. Right there.
You didn't even age.
Oh, I've aged, believe me. 1969.
Camden County High School yearbook 1970.
Right,
Wow.
69, 70.
Look at that handsome fella.
Right. Where is that?
That's up in the northeast corner, Elizabeth City area.
Elizabeth City, okay.
And we're the county next to Pasquotank and
Look at this.
Nags Head,
Look at the
all
front
that
of this book. Isn't that awesome?
That is. They don't.
Whoop.
They don't make yearbooks like that anymore.
No, they don't. No,
How much was that yearbook? Because I'm gonna let you know I paid $150 for a yearbook.
Oh, Lord.
All
I
right.
don't even have a clue.
Like $10, $20
Yeah,
back
maybe,
then?
yeah.
I know.
If that.
If that.
Yearbooks are like crazy.
Yep.
Well, a lot of schools too used to have their own printing press. That was part of like the trade school was in the school itself.
And this one, it was not. It was done just like all the rest of them. Yeah,
Sent off.
And, yeah. But
Did
it
you
was-
play sports?
Yeah, played everything.
Do we have any
everything?
superlatives in here?
Yeah, I was
What were you?
top 10 seniors and crap like that. What
Crap.
I'm saying is I was captain of the football basketball team. I'd played sports forever. So
Yeah, I figured you played some kind of sport.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
did you play a sport, man?
I was a swimmer.
That's the best thing in the world.
Did you? Oh, like Michaela, that's awesome. That's awesome.
But we didn't have a pool for the high school. This was rec. So,
Oh, awesome.
I was a dancer also.
Oh, okay.
I kind of lost that figure. That's okay.
Yeah,
I
that's
loved
all
it.
right.
I was
That's
good.
all right. That's all
Yeah,
right.
it
You can
was
still
fun.
get down.
I
I've
did
seen
about
it.
14 years I danced.
Wow.
Yeah. So don't tell
awesome.
me that dancers are not athletic. I mean, you can put any ballerina next to a football player, and those ballerinas are going to wear them out.
No doubt about
That's
it.
true. That's true.
Yep.
That's true.
So,
Also, I have my senior picture too.
oh, okay.
real quick.
There she is.
Oh,
Oh, man.
Very sweet.
look at
I love the
that.
sparkle one.
That,
was
is that like 99, 90,
2005.
98?
2005.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Oh.
Wow. Never mind.
And the over the shoulder.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome. See,
the
like
thing.
the one with me that's got the red shirt, the red Levi shirt, and the pigtails, with the rattan chair. That is Olin Mills. Do you remember the
Sure.
Olin Mills
One of
picture
one
with
of
the
mine is
fake
Olin
azalea
Mills.
drop,
That's all
backdrop?
we had.
Yeah.
One of mine is Olin Mills. That's all we had. That's
Yeah.
all we had.
Uh-huh.
And
That's Olin
those
Mills.
chairs were and everything, weren't they?
They
See,
were.
there's my Olin Mills one. I mean, I thought it was so cute.
The
I
one
love
with
that-
the
pearls.
oh, yeah,
and the
very
dress. I
pretty.
loved. I thought it was so cool with those pearls.
So anyway, so to observe Picture Day, dig out your favorite school picture, reminisce, call a friend, post it on Facebook, Instagram. Enjoy the the funny hairdos and the big collars and all that other kind of fun stuff. Dig out your yearbook. Share it
you
with
go.
your friends and your family. It's a lot
I
of
haven't looked
fun.
at mine in so long. That thing's beat up. It's been so long.
Well,
Oh,
thank
it's
you for
fantastic.
finding it.
Yeah.
thanks
You're
for bringing
welcome.
it.
You're welcome.
Well, let's talk a little bit about why Mr. Seymour is here today. We are going to discuss like I said before, the Ray of Hope annual giving. So this is the foundation's opportunity to reach out to the community and to ask for donations and other. I'm going to let you do it because this is what you deal with every single day. This is your life.
So this is our community campaign, our annual community campaign. We also have our campus campaign that is done, of course, here on campus. And this year, as much as Mr. Seymour has done, not only for our community, but for Craven as well. He's a Craven legend, if y'all didn't know. That we wanted
He's
to.
an Eastern North Carolina legend.
He is, and that's
Yes.
why I thought for sure that you were about to bust out a New Bern High School yearbook. Kind of surprised me. I was like, oh,
No.
he did. But this is a Ray of Hope is our actual campaign slogan and theme this year, and we wanted you to be a ray of hope for our students here at Craven. So, Mr. Seymour, do you want to talk about?
Well, to me,
Right.
first of all, you need to understand, and y'all don't know, but my background is community college. I graduated from College of the Albemarle in Elizabeth City. You asked about sports. I was offered a full scholarship in baseball and basketball at COA, which was a community college, one of the early ones. And so I went there, even though I could have gone other places, but I could play sports. So I fell in love with the community college system in 71, 72. And then it's just been my life and what I believe in, the good things that can happen at a community college. It's the best. It's of all the, and I've been through all of them, the university systems. And there's nothing like what we can do to change lives compared to the community college system. We have so many different avenues you can use. It's a great atmosphere. And that word community, a lot of times we worry about that. Should we take it out? No, we are for our community. And it's wonderful. And what this drive means to a lot of kids, a lot of elderly people, whoever wants to get back and change their lives, $1,000 makes a big difference. $500 makes a big difference. So anything you can do to promote this drive and to help in this drive is going to help so many students and help our community in our area. So don't hesitate on this. This is a big deal, and it's a wonderful thing.
And it's contributions of $1 up to as much as you want to give.
correct.
I mean, you can come back and put something in somebody's honor, or maybe a loved one who's passed away, do an endowment. So there's all kinds of great options. We're fortunate that we get to work together quite often to help students.
Yes.
And Mr. Seymour, I am just telling you that when you've got a student, you're sitting there at your computer going, and all of a sudden there's a strange, I shouldn't say a strange student, an unknown student to you standing in your doorway in tears, and they need help, and they don't know where else to turn, but they remember seeing you go into the classroom and said, hey, if you need anything, come see me. You know, that's a generic thing, but they do. And then I'm on the phone to Christina, or I'm texting her, and I'm saying, hey, I got somebody who's house just burnt down. They need a laptop. They need a stethoscope. We need to put their nursing shoes back on them. We got students that can't finish. They can't take their exam because they just put brand new set of tires on so they could get to class, and now they can't take their state exam. So we're always trying to figure out the best way to be philanthropic, to make sure that every little dime is used to its finest. And I think people in our community have recognized that in the work that you and Charles have done over the last several years and all those decades prior. They trust Craven Community College Foundation to do the absolute best for every dime that's purchased or donated.
No doubt about it. No
Yep.
doubt.
So this year we actually, this past academic year, we actually hit a record that I'm very proud of. We assisted 2,003 students, and so it's a foundation record. And I was so excited, and I may have cried a little bit because that's what I come forward to work every day. And I ran into Charles to check my math, no comment, but it was right. And we assisted 2,000. That is a record. So, Mr. Seymour, you were the director of the foundation at one time. You had Charles Wethington's position, correct?
Yeah. Here's how it all played out. I'd been the basketball coach here, and I was ready to get out. I mean, I was tired, and we had some really good years. And Steve Redd was the president, Dr. Redd. He called me and he said, "I need for you to run the foundation." Now, this is in 1993. We had at that time somewhere around $40,000 to $50,000 in the foundation, and he said, and I'm not making this up. He said, "I need for you to get us to $1 million in 7 years till 2000."
Wow.
And so we worked really hard, and we got over $1 million in that time period and worked hard. But you have to understand, this is early in the systems of community college. This is 98. And so then it began to catch fire. And that's where the relationship with Harold Bate came about. This is a wonderful story. We had a great board, and they were working hard. And the Marydale Bender building, that was from the foundation.
Oh, awesome!
Yeah, I mean,
I did read that. Yes.
Yeah, Marydale was the chair, and she helped us get that building. It was an outpatient surgical center. We got that, and then the money, $600,000 from the railroad stocks that came in from the board of commissioners because they believed in what we were doing. Well, anyway, this is a wonderful story. They said, "Si, you need to get to know Harold Bate." And I said, "Do any of you really know him? Is there a contact?" So they didn't. So I knocked on his front door. Now listen.
I love a cold call.
Yeah. So, and this is a wonderful story about this man, a graduate of Cornell. He moved down here during the Depression because his dad owned sawmills down here. And he said, "I need one of my 3 sons to come south." And Harold told me the reason I took it, I hated seeing the bread lines in New York City. I hated it. So he came south, and he slowly bought land, developed things, and never married, lived in the Palace Motel till he was probably 78 to 80 years old. He lived there because they had a restaurant, and he didn't have to make his bed. He was single. Then he bought a home in Snug Harbor, 14 to 1,500 square feet, kept a lot beside him so the kids in the neighborhood could play on it. Oh. He was a wonderful man and just a tremendous fellow. And so I'm just going to lay it out here for you. He came to me when Bertha and Fran, the 2 hurricanes.
Yeah, I was here.
Okay. Now here's what he said. "Si," and we had been talking. He said, "I'm going to give y'all $1 million because I've had the trees fell, and he had a windfall crop."
Oh, okay.
Literally a windfall crop.
Yeah.
Well, so I said, "Okay." And so we went in and we used Warden Smith as the attorneys. They were ours and good people. And we sat down, and Harold looked at it and he said, "Si, I don't like the tax consequences." So I asked the attorneys to leave the room. I said, "If you're not happy, I'm not happy." I mean, really, that's how I looked at it. Right. And he said, "I really don't want to do this." And I said, "Okay." So they came back in. We didn't get the $1 million, but the relationship we developed.
Right.
He knew I wasn't there just for money, and I wasn't. This is a community.
There was a trust there.
Yeah. And so about, I don't know, a year later, he said, "I'm going to form a foundation. I'll be the president, you be the vice president." I said, "Okay." And so he formed the foundation, and he told us in the first meeting, and he asked me to find members, and I'll tell you, it was Gary Baldry, who was on my foundation board, Don Brinkley, who's wonderful, Gary's wonderful, Bob Maddox, who you cannot beat, and myself. That was and Harold. That was the beginning. Then we added Benny Mullenix, Benny's done a tremendous job. Berlin, another person that Harold was close and very good friends, so that was the board. And then a couple years later, Harold passed. But what he told us then, I want you to pay attention to Craven Community College, to the YMCA, and to ECU. That was his three that he said, now you make sure you look at their grants. So we were in there, and then later on, and we only had $1 million. This is crazy. We had $1 million, so we gave away $50,000. Well, at his death, he had told me, now you'll get my stock portfolio, and my heirs are going to get my property. And that's what happened. And so we got $35 million, which was the largest private foundation in eastern North Carolina. And our goal was to help Craven, Pamlico, and Jones County, and ECU, Craven Community College, in the Y. So that's how it all started. And when Harold passed, I became president. And then Don has taken over, and we've loved Don in that role. Yeah. Basically, it's the same core. I mean, Benny's there, Bob Maddox is there, Don Brink is the president, I'm there, and Gary Baldry, and we've added Dave Henson, who's a new member, and Dave has done a tremendous job for us. But our whole goal was to give money to the college for the last 25 years or so.
Yes, sir.
And you probably know totals.
I do.
She can roll them off.
I mean,
her
what
head.
a legacy.
Yeah, it's been wonderful.
And so I always wonder when I see that we are awarding Bate, I'm like, I hope that he knows that we are living up to that legacy, and that the Harold H. Bate Foundation is living up to that legacy. I get kind of excited when we do award, because it's for those students that really need it, that are right there on the cusp. So it's awesome.
And also in the last 2 years, correct me if I've got my numbers wrong, you also created from the Bates Foundation the Tool Belt Trust.
That is correct.
And so that is a grant that is focusing on students that are in trades, and it helps those that are at the Volt Center as well as those that are on the Havelock campus. So again, I get to be the one who writes that signature and gives that grant. And it's and it is one of those things that it's a game changer. You know, when you can look at somebody and say, hey, you know, like a combination class for welding is $709. In the scheme of things, when you think about the outcome for that student, they're going to get a big bang for the buck, obviously. Right. But people don't have the money. You know, it's just not there. It's like I can budget it for the next 3 months, but then something happens catastrophic and I got to go dip into that savings. So it has been absolute game changers.
Yeah, life changers.
Life changers.
That's
yes.
what I think.
Well, I think when you look, that's what we can do. I mean, Dr. Stats, one of his big things is workforce development. We've done a really good job with that. The college transfer area has always been my heart and soul, because that's a part of the school that I really enjoyed, and I taught in it. But look at the vocational and look at technical. I mean, we just do so many good things. And to go where we are right now in this building, when this building was when we started WTEB, that was a hard challenge. You need to understand, we had to work hard to get that station here. And Charlie Barker, who this building's named after, Sam Hudson, Thurman Brock, they were the leadership team of that. And so we make sure we give money also to WTEB. It's so important to this community, and it's always a challenge for them. But for the college itself, it's a treat. Everything we do, because we know what you're saying, Megan, we help a lot of people. And look, these are ranges from 18 to whatever. You know, you never know.
92.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I know.
That's your oldest student?
Yes.
92.
That date
awesome.
is 92.
Let's go back to the title of this campaign. We're going to have one here on the college campus for our staff, faculty, and that kicks off, and we want to thank Katrina Bishop for being the co-chair for that one, for the campus campaign, and also Cy Seymour being the co-chair for the community campaign. But the Ray of Hope, you know, this is lives of our students that are trying to remove that financial barrier so they can continue their school and change their their outcome, and it's just awesome. So any contribution, big, small, one-time, continual, we have those options. I just picked
up a $25 gift certificate. $25 helped a student the other day, and they cried for a gas card because they needed to go take their test.
I'll give you one. My 3rd year here, my wife came home and said, "Where's the bed from the extra bedroom?" I gave the bed to one of my players who didn't have a bed. So it goes back forever.
It does.
I mean, but the other part of this and the campus drive, this is from having been in your shoes.
Yes.
You got to have it from the campus drive because that tells the community they're in.
That's correct.
And so if you're listening and you're on campus, you make sure you give to this cause. It's a wonderful cause, and it's helping people. And for the community, the bang for the buck is crazy.
Yes.
So please give. It's a great cause.
So you should have received one of these in the mail, this envelope. So hopefully if you haven't opened it, open it. This is what it's going to look like inside. There is a space on the back where you can fill out your contribution, or you can do the QR code and it'll go directly to your website. Also, if you're not comfortable with it and you don't want to put a check in the mail, if you want Christina or Charles to come by, they will come by and pick it up.
Will.
Or you can put it in the envelope and send it back. So we again, if I can't emphasize enough, and I'll tell you a fun story. Well, it's not a fun story. It is a story because yesterday was the anniversary of Florence coming in 5 years ago, and devastated our community. And there were so many that were struggling to get back. Well, my family, we got displaced. We lost our home. We were in 4 different places before we got brought in by another couple from the church, and they lived right around the corner, right here in Greenbrier. Well, we lost 2 vehicles. I mean, they were totally underwater. I mean, up to the headrest in a Range Rover. So we didn't have anything. And we had 1 car and 3 drivers. And, all 3 working, and one in high school, and one was in middle school, and one was here at Craven Community College. So I got a phone call from Zomar, I think. From Zomar Peters, Student Service.
Sure.
What's her title? Director?
No, she's not. She's the Associate Vice President now.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I know. Sorry about that.
At that time, you had Kathy Banks and Susie Gaines.
Yep.
I'm right.
And she called me.
Zomar.
She says, "What can we do for you?" And I said, "I'll have Brianna, who was my daughter, who was at the college at the time, to come talk to you." And she did. And she said, "I need a bike. I'll ride my bike to school." And she's like, you would? I mean, like, well, you can't ask for a car, right? She's like, "I'll ride my bike. We're just around the corner." And Charles went out to Walmart and bought her a bike, put little horns on it, flashing lights, got her a helmet. And then she was still using that when we purchased the RV to be parked in our front yard in Trentwood. She would drive her bike from across the highway.
Yeah.
And to brag on you, Charles, y'all do it, Christine, y'all do a great job. And you've got a great board. That is a tremendous growth. Is Tyler?
Yep, Tyler's he's the vice president.
Okay,
Yep,
but you've got a great board of community leaders, and this kind of stuff really helps. But just think about what you've been through.
Yeah.
And think about all the others back then.
And not only did it brought to my attention, because I hadn't been a full-time employee for very long when Florence hit.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, guess what I am? I am now donating after every paycheck.
Yep,
I've got
pledged.
something coming out because I believe in it so strongly. And the other thing, if you want to do, and this is what I do, because of course I'm very passionate about my Havelock campus that I'm the coordinator for, I can earmark where I want my money to go.
Yes, anyone can. That's correct.
So know that you can do that if that's something you wish.
Or a type of student. So I get ones that just tell a student with disabilities is in the blank, or any type of student that is from this certain area, from Pembroke, and I will do my best to find that student.
Yeah.
And I usually do.
And sometimes they find us.
Yes,
and then
sometimes
we
they do
figure it
find
out.
us. Yeah, that's true.
Well, what you do here, and it's grown so great, is a credit to the college and to all of you. And I appreciate that because I love this place. Every time I go by it, I think this is a treasure. in Craven County.
It's a beautiful treasure too.
Oh, I mean,
like
it is.
this morning we
Yeah.
had the fire drill. We're sitting up underneath the moss-covered
Yeah.
crepe myrtles and all the beautiful. They were doing some groundbreaking work. We're going to get a new building. I mean, it's a great place. I always say to people, come on out and just walk. You know,
I feel like you
it's a
were
great
here when
place.
we planted those. Were you here?
I was here
I knew you were here.
before they were planted.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We had about 2 buildings when I was
Yeah,
here.
there was only 2, right?
Then they came with the library here, that we're building we're in. And
So
then,
it was Ward and Brock.
yeah, and
okay.
then this, and then we've added a few more.
Mm-hmm.
With the other vocational building moved over after that, and so it's been fun. It's been a fun process to watch this whole thing. And campus in Havelock is going crazy.
Yes.
I mean that's a totally different animal that we didn't have back then. It was just beginning.
Correct.
So what's going on here is great, but the reason is it's the right thing for our county and for our community. And if you can give to this cause, because it pays dividends back to all of us.
Absolutely.
Correct.
And once we can get somebody that skill, that certificate, the diploma, the degree, it does change this community.
Yeah.
And 9 times out of 10, they're going to stay here
Yes.
and continue to support. So, like you said, they may transfer to a 4-year school, but they come back.
Right.
I know.
I'm a product of the foundation. Did y'all know that?
No, I didn't
So
know that.
Tell us your story.
I received a scholarship, and 1 year I received bait.
Oh, good.
So I was a stay-at-home mom for like 10 years, and I decided to come back to school. I was a non-traditional student, and I came back to Craven after my youngest went to kindergarten, and we needed financial assistance,
Sure.
and I went to the foundation. So oddly enough, I help students every day, just like I was, because I know what it feels like.
Yeah.
So I know what process they have to go through. So I think that kind of helps me in my position, and I know this area because I've been here for.
Well, it's like Megan
40
was
some
saying,
years.
when it hits in your backyard,
Right.
like it did with you, or I got a scholarship to play sports because of it, you look at it totally different,
Yeah.
how much it changes your life. But listen, there are so many people, we don't know how much it changed their life.
Right.
You know, it's crazy.
Yeah.
And so please, if you're out there, you're doing a lot of good with this cause.
Yes,
Absolutely.
yes, you are.
I want to talk about a few other things on here. I'm so
Okay.
excited to have you on here, Cy.
Thank you.
You're passionate about education. You're passionate about Eastern North Carolina, and we're just so grateful you were here for us today. This is something else that came out this week. This is our Craven magazine, and a shout out to the marketing department. Ooh, I cover myself up.
Shout out.
Shout out for Miss Holly, right?
Yep.
She put that together.
Holly and well, there's contributors.
There's
in there.
contributors in here. So
I only say that because I'm on there. But I don't do really as much as Holly and Craig and Zanetta do. I
Zanetta.
don't do any of that. Maybe just I just basically just look at stuff. I'm not gonna lie.
But
But my
please-
name's in there.
But please
I
take a
love it.
look at this, and of course we love that you want provide some feedback. There's some great information. One of my new classes is in here, the BioWorks
Our donors
class.
are in there.
The
Our
donors
list of
are in here.
donors are there.
Good.
And there are
And
stories you can see
about
those
our
students that
wonderful
had that
donors of
aid.
our nation.
She can't hear you. She doesn't have her headphones on.
I'm
There are
sorry.
students in there that have been impacted by the foundation. You get to actually see firsthand what we do.
Absolutely. The other thing is on the back. I love that we also just continue to discuss and encourage the Lifetime Learning Center, which is over here, which is part of our foundation,
right.
and also our Community Enrichment Program, which is part of Workforce Development. So again, we are always trying to impact the community. And if you have not seen it or opened it, mine came in the mail yesterday.
Mine
Your
too.
Explorations magazine. And so please take a look. This is some fabulous stuff. This is the fun movies, the
Trips,
theaters, the
DPAC,
dance, the
lecture series.
Lecture
We're doing
series.
those. Yeah, it's very exciting.
And then also, I want to do a little shout out because today also happens to be National Creativity Day.
Oh.
So we want to encourage you to go through your Exploration magazine. And also, our Community Enrichment Program has got some upcoming events. And so please step out of your humdrum and
Humdrum,
the humdrum. Yeah.
What's a humdrum?
I don't know. We all been stuck inside because it's hot, air conditioning, and
Is that what a humdrum is?
Yeah, it's a humdrum. So we're going to get out of that. So go live creative, go explore, get some imagination going. Maybe you want to take the oil painting class starting November 3rd. The acrylic painting class starts November 7th. Belly dancing class starts October 3rd with the wonderful Miss Caitlin Lewis, who she's beautiful inside and out, and just a wonderful mentor. And they also have meditation classes starting October 3rd. So you can get your belly dance and meditate at the same time on the same day. So go get creative, enjoy that. And I also want to talk a little bit about community events. And I think you might have a copy. Do you want to start, or do you want me to start?
You can start.
All right. So, New Bern Newcomers Club. We have September 14th at 7 p.m. the Harrison Center, which is 311 Middle Street. Getting comfortable in a new place is not always easy, but the New Bern Newcomers Club here will make you more comfortable to get settled into this wonderful town. The Newcomers Club is open to all individuals in their first year living in the New Bern area. The September meeting is tonight, September 14th at 7 o'clock. Doors open at 6:15 to allow for extra socialization or socializing, either one, right? And there will be a presentation at 7 o'clock. Visit newcomers.org to learn more. So
all right. I didn't know about that.
I actually got to speak at their program a couple times.
Did you?
Yeah, it's a great way to get information about what's going on and to kind of meet and greet folks that have been there for a while. So
we also have the North Carolina Symphony at Triumph Palace, which I have personally seen before, and it's wonderful.
And that's tonight.
That is tonight. The North Carolina Symphony is introducing their new director, and Triumph Palace is the perfect place for introduction. This performance is free to the community. Come early with a blanket or chair, and gates open at 5:30.
I would encourage you, if you want to stay out of the sunshine, go earlier. Like go at 5:30 time and walk all the way to the far side where the magnolias are. So if you're looking at this picture, it's over to the left when you're facing the back side of the south lawn, and park your chair over there. That's the beautiful shaded side. We love when North Carolina Symphony comes. It's just a great event. And of course, it's free. All right, the History Quest, September 16th at 10 a.m., the New Bern Battlefield Park. Meet at the New Bern Battlefield Park at 10 a.m. sharp to get your set of clues to a series of challenging quests. Your clues will take you to a historical place all over New Bern. Whether you're a native or a newcomer, you'll be amazed at what you learn. Each team needs a vehicle, a smartphone, and a pen. Complete all the quests and you're eligible for prize. To register, go to newbernhistorical.org. If you have not been to that battle park yet, do. It's very easy, walking, hiking. There's different paths where it's like short, so if you just have to do a quick walk, or if you want something a little bit more challenging. When I'm there, there's always runners. It's dog friendly, just keep them on a leash, but it's quite lovely. It's supposed to be 50 degrees on Saturday morning, so it might be a great time to get out.
Is it?
Not so many bugs.
It felt kind of crisp out this morning. Did y'all feel that?
It was
crisp.
lovely.
Crisp.
Yes. All right.
We also have the Pepsi Collectors Roadshow, September 16th at 10 a.m. I am proud to be the birthplace. So anytime we're out of town or out of the country, like they're like, "Where are you from?" Like, it's the birthplace of Pepsi. I mean, do y'all not do that? Oh no,
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, I'm proud. And I
throw it out
love
there,
Pepsi.
yeah. Of
course.
I do, because I want them to know, like, I'm from New Bern. It's the birthplace of Pepsi. So that is September 16th at 10. The birthplace of Pepsi will be hosting a Pepsi Collectors Roadshow where you can have your Pepsi memorabilia identified and appraised. Oh, I'll have to tell my daddy about that. He has a lot of stuff in his.
Really?
Yeah, you know that thing he has, that shed, man cave thing. My dad has.
Gotcha. All right. Well, listen, we got free tours at the historic Cedar Grove Cemetery, also September 16th at 4 p.m. Cedar Grove Cemetery here in New Bern at the heart. It's an undiscovered gem. Cedar Grove Cemetery is listed on the National Registry of Historical Places, and it is a fine collection of 19th century gravestone markers and unique statuary and monuments. The quest tours offer free tours of the cemetery where you'll hear both funny and sad stories about the graves, learn the history of the cemetery, and enjoy the tranquility and the beauty of this special place. Kind of nice to be able to do it in September. And of course, we want to push folks to remember that Ghost Walk comes, and that's always one of the wonderful destinations. But they do say don't get dripped on as you're walking through the gate.
Yes,
the arches.
My children love to just stand under it and wait. Like, and I like want to kind of go on the other side and just throw some water just to make them like, but I'm not that fast, so not that swift there. So, at the Bank of Arts, September 16th at 7 is Identity and Transformation. How would you pronounce the Calyx?
Yeah.
Trio? Okay. All right. Go me.
You did good.
Thank you. The Calyx Trio returns to the Bank of Arts for a stunning program of works composed in response to self-identity and change. There will be a pre-concert discussion with the composer, James Lee II, at 6:30 and champagne to follow. General admission is $35. For more details, visit carolinachambermusic.org.
Very good. So next week we'll be back September 21st with Bill Frenchie. He's the director of our aviation management and pilot program, speaking of Havelock campus. And he'll be here joining us to discuss how students can soar to new heights. So I want to say another special thank you, Cy, for you being here today.
Yes, thank
to
you.
discuss to how we as community members can be a ray of hope. Last night, I printed my stuff off so I'd have an idea of what was going on in the foundation and had a little bit of scoop about who you were. And I'm coming home and I'm going over the high-rise bridge over the Neuse River. And, we had a terrible thunderstorm yesterday afternoon. And I'm coming over and there was not a drop of rain over the bridge, but there was this most beautiful puffy cloud and the sun streaming right through. And I instantly went to be a ray of hope. And I don't mean to sound cheesy, but it did make me reflect of how can I continue to be
That's
a ray of
awesome,
hope.
Megan.
That's really good.
We hope everyone is a ray of hope for our
Absolutely.
students here at Craven.
Absolutely.
And Seymour is definitely a ray of hope.
Yes.
Well, I believe in what we do. I really do. And I thank you for letting me get a chance to talk
Thank
about
you.
it.
No, we appreciate
this place
it.
is really, really special.
And I love the fact that you wealth of knowledge. We need
yes.
to get you to write stuff down, like in a history.
You and Mark Best.
Yeah.
I would like to get you both together and try to get all the
Let's
Craven
get a
history I
journal.
possibly can.
Yeah, it's crazy what I've seen. Time flies.
Yes.
It's been a treat. From the Kelso building to Miss Arndler
Wow.
Hall to Charlie Bar. all this stuff has grown, and it's been a treat the whole time.
That's fantastic. Well, we, again, thank you for being here with us today.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for all you do, and the Harold H. Bate Foundation.
And we
Enjoy.
thank you for stepping in and helping out where
Yeah,
Craig
I was
could
no
not be
I was
here.
no Craig, but I tried.
You were fantastic. I always love having you on the show.
Thank you.
And we love having you here with us. If there's something that you would like to see from us, or if you have any more questions about how you can help the foundation, or if you'd like to volunteer, we'd love to hear from you. So put something in the comments. Please make sure that you also share, and we'd love for you to subscribe. If you haven't gone to our official YouTube channel, we encourage you to do that. But we will be back next Thursday. And in the meantime, we want you guys to stay safe, stay happy, stay healthy. See you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.